Hello and welcome to Think About It, where we have two primary goals. One, to get you to think about it, and two, to celebrate the fact that this morning I woke up in a red state. Now, my grass was still green, but on all the maps I see on TV, it's as red as can be, and I kind of like it. Although it's driving my friends on the left crazy because they share the same opinion as Barack Hussein Obama. That opinion was expressed in his press conference the day after the elections when he essentially said, with his very hangdog, serious, academic look, that you and I, the problem was we just didn't understand him. The problem wasn't his policies, it was that we're not that bright and we don't get what an emergency is. We don't understand what a huge fiscal crisis our nation is in. By the way, that's the same president who is in India leaving a $200 million a day tab for you and I to pick up, the single biggest excursion ever for an American president to a country that it's not going to benefit us to the tune of $200 million a day for him to be there. But we don't understand. So in the interest of furthering understanding, and maybe somebody can get this video to him on Air Force One, I thought I'd share some of the lessons that I observed from the midterm elections. Number one, you can run, but you can't hide. Nancy Pelosi is located in the freak showiest of all districts in America, the heart of San Francisco, where they do things I'm not even old enough to talk about. She knew that no matter what she tried to cram down the throats of the American people, her seat would be safe. So she talked a bunch of blue dogs into following her on the walk down the plank, and as they all got to the edge, she stepped back and said, "I'll be right back, you guys keep on going." And one by one, like dumb sheep, they all just plunged 1, 2, 3, over the edge. And now they're out of work. One of them that comes to mind is a certain lowlife by the name of Alan Grayson. He really wasn't a blue dog. He's maybe even left of Pelosi. Just a hate-filled, flame-throwing liberal from Orlando. He got taken out as well. You see, you can run, but you can't hide. Even though we apparently don't understand anything, we do know how to vote and pay attention when we get woken up the right way. Lesson number two, never bet against the new kids on the block. In professional sports, an expansion team is usually terrible for many, many years because they've had to build their team through the cast-offs of the other teams. In this particular instance, in the midterm elections, guess what happened? The Tea Party was not comprised of the cast-offs. It was comprised of amateurs, some of whom were a little better at handling things than others, but who in large number won. The party just started, and they've already made a huge difference. Kind of makes 2012 a little exciting, if you ask me, because they didn't take the cast-offs from the GOP or from the Democrats. Instead, they started afresh. And for me, I'd rather take my chances with an expansion team filled with amateurs than the same professionals that have led us to ruin over the years. Number three, Mr. President, you need to understand something. The problem in this nation is not our lack of understanding. It is you and your party's unwillingness to listen. None, zero, of the major policy initiatives that you instituted were favored by the public. None. So I wonder why you suffered historic losses. It's kind of weird. Lesson number four, California, you get what you deserve. You want Jerry Brown, you want Barbara Boxer, you got them. Enjoy. Pretty soon, we'll be sliding off into the ocean anyways. Number five, there kind of is joy in being red. I live in Michigan, and a few years ago, our horrendous governor by the name of Governor Granholm promised all of us in a State of the State address that in 5 years we'll all be blown away. She's right. Most of the jobs were blown away as well as the confidence in her party. And for the first time that I can ever remember, everything in this state went red. The State House, the Capitol, every major office, every minor office is all red. So now the challenge, of course, is for the GOP not to screw that up. Could happen. But it's kind of nice being red. Oh, and I almost forgot before we go, one more lesson I learned. To my friends at MSNBC, that bastion of intelligent broadcasting, you guys might as well start airing test patterns, because as long as you're going to offer up analysis by people like this and Chris Matthews, test patterns would offer more intelligent insight as well as much, much higher ratings. Just a couple of thoughts from those of us who now live in red states. Think about it.